Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you have ever watched a YouTube video on my channel before, you will now notice that we are completely changing the vibe. We are now focusing more on my graphic design work and stuff like that. Today I'm going to be designing some merch for ORVILLE Peck. This is not a for real thing, this is for fun. I'm just currently trying to find my way in the music industry as far as design goes. I think that it's fun to do things like this. I've seen a lot of videos and things as such of people redesigning things or designing things for their favorite artists. So I am going to begin my series of queer, gay artist merch designs, mostly because I think that if I were to be working for anybody in the industry, I would love to work for queer artists because I feel like it's somewhere where I'm comfortable working. But yeah, we're gonna be hopping in and out of me talking and me screen recording and kind of going behind the scenes process of like how I do merch design. I am by no means a professional merchandise maker. I have only ever made a couple of t-shirts before, which is why I am doing these videos, because I want to get better at it. And yeah, so let's go. All right, so now I have my screen recording and we will just go ahead and start getting into it. So right here is where I have my mood board. I just have a bunch of different things that I pulled off of Pinterest that interests me. I think that we're just going to be designing a t-shirt today that has his name on it, just like some merchandise that he could throw up on his website. Something that we will do real quick is we'll just go ahead and go to his website and we'll kind of give you like what ORVILLE Peck is. He is a queer country artist, probably one of the only ones that I know about. He is very iconic as far as like what his brand is and what he does. I really love his branding. I feel like it's a good bridge between my self-identity as like kind of being from the country, but also not being from the country. But something that is very nostalgic and very iconic, how you know it's ORVILLE Peck, is his little face mask that he wears. And let's look at this one. We'll definitely be staying away from something like this where it's more of just like a photo of him kind of put onto this photo. I want it to have more like of this kind of look where it's a little bit more hand-drawn and very like unique in style. Let's go ahead and let's start off by pulling some fonts that I downloaded, and we'll just go ahead and pull his name up and see how that looks, just to kind of get a feel of what we're working with. ORVILLE Peck. And then one of the fonts that I pulled for this is Tribly bold. We'll do the black. So I really like this text that I pulled right here off of Adobe Fonts called Tribly. We'll do another one, and it's called HW. Also, if you hear anything in the background, it is my kittens. They are literally the best, except for right now they're a little bit rowdy because they're playing with each other. Let's do ORVILLE. That's weird. Oh. That's still interesting. I do not know how I feel about that one, but I do like it. It's very similar to the other one. Very similar. It just has like a different little curve of the E, which I kind of like. Did I pull any more? I think these are the only two that I pulled. For right now, we'll stick with these two. And then I think I might make a small little color palette so that way we have a like base idea of like what direction we're going. And then as far as the overall concept of design, I'm gonna be just kind of winging it, but I think that I'm going to start by doing a like illustration of him, because that's something that I love to do with my work, is incorporate my illustrations or like things that I draw on paper into the designs, because I like that more like hand-drawn feel to it. So then I will just go ahead and cut to that right now. All right, so we are back. I just got done drawing this little illustration of Orville Peck. I just used reference photo that's here in Illustrator. And so now this is what we got. We got work in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this image, I'm going to image trace it, and I'm gonna do Sketch.art. Just proceed with that. And then this is what we came out with. I might play with the threshold just a little bit, just to see if we can get, something a little bit more grainy, not so like all the way through done. There we go. Okay, and then I'm just gonna expand that. And then I think the only thing I need to get rid of are these two little things right here. And I'm pretty happy with that. So now that we have this cool little illustration of Orville Peck, I am going to, I think, play around with some text. So we can go ahead and take this, we'll go ahead and outline it. Okay, so now you can see what we're working with. I put a like vest and thing on him because I didn't like the way the composition was looking without it on there. Probably because a lot of the pictures of him have like his like little section area like that. And so instead of making those harsh circles around him, I'm thinking of making more like outline circles. Maybe we just make the shirt 2 colors. Or like, the shirt is a color, and then we print it in 1 color. Maybe 2 colors. Maybe, we'll see. So I think we're gonna scratch this. We're gonna stay with this, because I like this. I also like this text. But maybe, what if we control, let's bring this up over here and make it, no, bigger, outline it, properties, ungroup them, let's just start, oh. Let's just start playing around with the letters. All right, so now it's taken me a little bit, but I think I kind of have an idea of what it's going to look like. So now I have this little thing going on here with like his little silhouette with like this kind of like choppy text, kind of just like placed everywhere. Now I think I'm gonna add, a little star right here to kind of like fill the space. Okay, yeah, I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Now the question is, do we continue on or do we keep it like this? I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and group all the letters together, group the graphic together, and then I'm gonna throw it into Photoshop, and then we will mess with more of like the colors, textures, and stuff like that. This is still recording. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open a new Photoshop file, and for t-shirts, I've learned through YouTube that a good parameter is somewhere between like a 15 by 20 or like a 18 by 22 or somewhere in that like range of things. I have a 13 by 15 because this place that I had printed t-shirts for, that was a requirement on theirs, and then at a 300 dpi, so that way you are printing, whenever you send the design to be print, it has the correct resolution, so that way whenever it prints it doesn't look bad. But we're going to go ahead and take this and copy it. And we're going to paste it in here as a smart object. Ew, wait, I forgot. Hold on. Ah! I lied. We are going to take this and paste it in here. Excuse me. And then we're going to take the text. Oh, did I not do that yet? Hold on. Okay. Now we have to decide the more important things, which are the things that I do not like deciding, is what color t-shirt, and then color of everything else. And I'm kind of thinking, let's go back to the mood board. Let's look at these little things here. I'm thinking like an off-white t-shirt. I know, so interesting. So let's do like a warm off-white t-shirt. Can you even tell that that's off-white? Maybe a little bit warmer. There we go. And then I really want to take these. You know what? I think I want to make the letters different colors, so I might do that in Illustrator and then put it back into Photoshop again. Okay, scratch that. I did not like that. So I think we're just going to play with a color overlay on this. Maybe we should pull in our color palette from earlier into Photoshop. Let's do... Maybe we do a gradient overlay in the back. Those are always fun. Okay, now I like that. Way better. Oh yeah, yeah, I like that. And then I think that I wanna maybe let's try adding a stroke to this and see what happens. And I want to make the color of it to be this red color. Maybe like a deeper red. Maybe not. Maybe black. But definitely make the size smaller. All right, so I think I'm pretty happy with this design. So I am just going to go ahead and find a mock-up online and put in a little mock-up, and then I think we'll be done. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching me go through this process. I am hoping to get better at filming these things and learning how to get back into the swing of things of YouTube. But if you guys liked the design, please like, comment, share, tell all your friends. But definitely keep your eye out for more designs in the future. See you later.